Okay, awesome. Now I'm start recording. Okay, so I'm gonna start present now. Gonna start present now. Okay, can someone say something? Can you see the lecture notes?
Boleh, Doktor.
Boleh, Datuk.
Okay, thank you. So I believe last time we stopped at the explanations on the old printings and the painstaking process of printing a long time ago. Um, so I would like to continue a bit on these explanations on what did this mean for designers, which is the evolutions of advertising. What does it means to designers? For example, today was I was with your seniors, which was doing their internship program at the advertising company, and yeah, see what they were doing really big projects, event management, which should be on the day of the event should be on the first of next month. So they quite busy, and they were asking me a question if I know if I can help them. Actually, they are building a concept of an arch, so an opening arch for the event. The height of the arch is 10 feet, and the width of the arch is like 8 feet, so it's quite big. And so they were asking if they need to, you know, if they need to print print the whole image rather than keep it separated, or they have to print it the whole image. And as I explained to them, because of the new technology today, the new machine, the new printing machine today, they can they can do the whole image printing. Even though the files are very big, but today you have no problem transferring the files. You can transferring of files using thumb drive, externals, hard disk, and all that. In my time, external hard disk is like 100 megabyte. That's the biggest. And CD-ROM. Last time we used CD-ROM. The biggest file restore for CD-ROM is 4 gigabyte. But in your time today, whatever big file that you have, you can send it to the printer to print it. In my time, we have, because of limited of the gigabyte space, we don't last time we don't have back in 2015. Sorry, 2004, 2004, 2005, 2006. We don't have 1 terabyte. The biggest is like 100 megabyte. The biggest storage. So imagine we have to cut it pieces by pieces, send it to the printer, and the printer will combine it pieces by pieces. Because of advance of technology today, you are able to do the whole printing process much more easier than my time. So that's why it is important for you to learn the evolutions of advertising. It's not only the new communication tools, but it's also um, provide you with the latest information so that you can communicate better. In a way, meaning is the printing process was easier, the transferring of files is much easier, the management of tools are much easier. In my time, we don't have the management of software and application, but today you have the management of software and application. In fact, if you have a six members in your groups, to know each other members what they were doing. Today you can use an app such as monday.com. You can you can segregate, or you can give each one of the members what they have to do. Then you can monitor their progress, their milestone, just using one single apps only. So this is what I'm trying to say, the new communication tools. And the second one, as you can see here, did not have to rely only on illustration as the main visual element. So what it say here, uh, other than illustration, today we can have so much more rich, rich media, such as short video, long video, or reels, whatever they call it today. And newspaper and advertisers began to rely on photograph to sell their products. This is long time ago. Someone coming. So as I was saying, newspapers and advertisers began to rely on photograph to sell their products. This is like old news. Today, in the evolution, because of the evolutions of advertising, we the advertisers, which is the if you want to advertise something, then you go to the TV channel. For example, you go to the newspaper and you say to them, I want to advertise my product. So the advertiser, which is the newspaper, they will ask you to come up with to follow the format of their newspaper, or to follow their formats of their televisions commercial, so that you can advertise. But today, you don't need you don't need to do that. Today you can just advertise your product via Instagram, Facebooks, TikToks. So you don't need advertiser anymore. That's why today the newspaper company are closing down your business. For example, in Malaysia, the longest working newspaper in the history of Malaysia, which is in Malaysia we call it Utusan Malaysia, closed their business like 2 3 years ago. 2 3 years ago, they cannot cope with the advance of the technology. So meaning is same goes for the advertising. Advertising have been evolved so much. Uh, that's why, because this is the era, the date, DEAD, the date of advertisements, meaning is the date of advertising in the forms of paper, but in the forms of multi interaction platform or social media. The advertising is still live on. Screw industry and commercialization go against the main embrace handcraft, the Gothic revivals. This is another things that you should at least you should know the knowledge. In a way, one day if you go to the arts exhibitions, or if you go to the uh, design gathering, when someone mentioned to you about the art sake, the movement of art sakes, at least you know as a design student, at least you know what it was, what they were talking about. So arts and craft movement back in 1880 to 1910, recapturing the handcraft art from art for the art's sake. Long time ago, they believe in the when you doing some things, you doing arts. Meaning is because of the art sakes, so people were not concerned much about the functions of the uh, functions of the products. So I'm gonna show you some example here. For example, in the um, designs of everyday things by the Professor Donald A. Norman. Don Norman also once was the second man for Apple, which is this second man for after Bill Gates. Sorry, after the late uh, oh my God, I forgot the someone uh, remind me the founder of the Apple. Steve Jobs, sorry, the second man for Steve Jobs, which is then also an advisor for Steve Jobs, Don Norman. But you know, Steve Jobs usually like to fight with everyone, so Steve Jobs also have an argument with Norman, and Professor Norman also left Apple, but he managed to advise Steve Jobs on many aspects of Apple products such as iPhone. So as you can see, long time ago, people create arts for the sake of art. Imagine this kettle. It's look very beautiful. I'm gonna zoom the image of the kettle. It's look very artistic, very beautiful. But how it function when you pour water inside the kettle, when you try to pour it into a cup of coffee, into a coffee cup, um, they're so problematic, so much problematics. Although it's look beautiful, in the end, what Don Norman say is only suitable for display only. So long time ago, people was uh, used to do this, used to design stuff for the arts sakes. And if you have something like this, just to squeeze your lemon, although it look beautiful, it's look really complicated, it's look really out of this world, but it was very expensive just for you to squeeze a lemon to do a lemonade. So this is what people used to do, which is for the art sakes. And there's also a movement which known as aestheticism back in 1870 to 1914, a search for ideal beauty. Design also long time ago was design something that looks so beautiful, but the function is less. And this is something you guys must really familiar yourself, so that one day when you're meeting up with some other designers from other art colleges, for example, or you going to the some art exhibitions when they're commenting on the when they commenting on the uh, exhibition stuff, the art exhibition stuff, when they mention Art Nouveau, this is the concept of Art Nouveau. It's very grand, but you lost because you don't know what is Art Nouveau. Sometimes when you do your design, you're also looking forward, not you are looking also looking back to some of other design. For example, the movie, the late Mr. The actor was Leonardo DiCaprio. Uh, let's just Google, guys. Let's just Google. Right. Memes. You. Yeah, this one. Um, what's the title of the movie? Say again. No, 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 not the Inception. The this one. Delayed. What you call? Mr. Shelby, is it? The Great Gatsby. Okay. Most of the concept, as you can see in the Great Gatsby, I mean the buildings, the grand building, the grand openings of his party, the building, all that was based on Art Nouveau concepts. The Great Gatsby. Let's have a look. So this is the concept of Art Nouveau, which is, as you can see, uh, let's see the backgrounds. Can you zoom it? Come on. Nope. So can you just zoom here? Come on, zoom. Now that's gonna happen. Okay. So the back, as I think you can see. So the background basically is the look and feel of Art Nouveau. So if we try to Google, so as you can see, it was concentrate or it was focused on the beauty of some things. In fact, the building at that era was really different. Was something out of this world. Most of it was scattered in the Europe, such as in Italy, in France. So they are focused on like the shape of a statue, a woman's statue, and all that. Um, Gotham City in the Batman movie Yes, you can say it's resemblance or is similar to what the concept of Art Nouveau. Okay, so there you go, guys. So you learn something today, so that use of natural form, high contrast shapes and patterns. And back in Cubism, Cubism era is a 1907 to 1921. This is the era of, as you can see, we have a Dada, Dada, a Bauhaus, um Futurism. So this is, if you Google the Cubism, so it was really familiar with with the Picasso. So this is the movement of art that have been influenced whatever that we have in the design world today. They change the, the perceptions of people, the old perceptions of art. And the one of the famous, hopefully you guys can remember this, because sometime during your conversations with other designer, sometime other designer also referring Bauhaus concept. So you should know what is the school of Bauhaus. Bauhaus is actually a school back in Germany, if I'm not mistaken. Bauhaus have changed the concept of design. Bauhaus also give birth to many um, designers, which change the, change the history of design today. One of my favorites uh, designers, such as from uh, Neville Brody. Brody is pronunciation for France. Neville is a pronunciation for France. Brody is a English name. So he's half British, half France. So Neville Brody was well known for come up with the extreme design and ideas, um, which is before that design was very, what to say, very traditional, very predictable. But when great designers such as Neville Brody, which some also influenced by the school of Bauhaus, so they come up with the very radical, dynamic kind of design concept. And other than Neville's, my famous designer is P. Scott Makela, which have been involved in so many platform, including Michael Jackson's music video, MV. Uh, yeah, this one. Uh, s- uh, P. Scott Makela passed away in a very young age, because of he was exposed to the chemical, to the printer chemical too long. A long time ago, printer was using some chemical to create a carbon, so that when you print something, so basically you are uh, looking at the, or you are touching the carbon. So because of exposed too long to the printer carbon, he passed away in a very young age. Please call Michaela, but he was a legend. So this kind of designer, they uh, they believe in the Bauhaus concept. Okay, I think I've been talking too long. Now I'm going to the gonna show you guys. Uh, Before I do that, before I go to the some samples of your seniors' work. Okay, any question before I proceed? Okay, no question. Okay, I think I should send to you the some sample. Oh my god, internet a bit slow today. I will come back to this again. This one, the example of mini proposal, but can show you some of the example of the moodboard creation. Um, this is the almost like a final moodboard. The ones that I was asking you guys to come up with is the early moodboard. So this is just to give an idea what the outcome of your moodboard should be. So basically, your senior was proposing, for example, an event, a one day of sport event in Hoopsy. So in collaboration with the, as it said here, in collaboration with the Faculty of Music, AR concept by Faculty Music, but this is the technology or AR concept using collaboration with the Sports Science Faculty. Um, so the idea was to create a day, a one day, or an event whereby people outside from UPSI, they can come over to UPSI on that day. Not only you introduce UPSI, you introduce the faculty, but you also provide them with the games. So this is what you're looking at. Actually, the proposed idea of the game concept that you can do for people to interact with the faculty of sports science, and you can also come up with the AR concepts for music faculty, which is the live. audience, but using augmented reality. And this is some other good ideas, which is treasure hunter. So this is in a way for us to not only to the easy word to say is to advertise UPSI, or to advertise Tanjung Malim, to help boost the economy of Tanjung Malim, so that people can come over to Tanjung Malim. So we create an activities. That's why I asked you guys to come up with the mini proposal in the so that during this courses you learning on how to build a mini proposal and how to expand your mind out of the box, because advertising today not only about creating poster, bunting, banner, brochure, flyers, stationery item and all that, but advertising today are so much more. Okay, this is using a QR code scannings, looking for the treasure hunter. It's an event that you can create one in a year, where people from outside of UPSI they can come over to UPSI, or maybe you can make it as an annual event. They can come over to UPSI, so they can do a treasure hunter around our exotics building, exotic authentics, uh, historical building in UPSI, such as the famous the house of Zaba. If you don't know, Zaba is uh, uh, one of the teacher, but also a great author, book author. And yep, this is the time where you can advertise the historical building in UPSI. Let's zoom a bit. So you can put a question uh, in a way for the user to interact with your treasure hunter game. Um, you also provide in this game. You also provide coupon. For example, you can claim RM 5 ringgit off when you're traveling to with KTM. Once of you text me and asking if you can do KTM. Yes, not only that, you can design um, you can do the design inside the train itself. You can do you can propose a design for the outside of the train. I mean the body design of the train. But you can also try to create an activities that can involve KTM. um, So the KTM not only as part of the Tanjung Malim, but it's also part of the places where you can create activities. Meaning is uh, in a way for you to advertise UPSI, to promote UPSI and to promote Tanjung Malim. At the same time, you are also helping KTM to promote themselves. Okay, I'm try to show you the some of the earlier mood board that they uploaded. So this is the simple mood board. So if you are planning to do activities related to games, if you like games and you want to do something that have to do with games, so you can propose the ideas of uh, games in Subsi. It could be like the um, virtual reality games, but it can be virtual reality games at the not only at the main building, or I mean at the building at UPSI, but it also can be at the um, resort outside the UPSI. So, and I did my comment here. I said, uh, social routine of student at campus. You can also relate the game to the social routines of student at campus. For example, what is the normal routine to come to campus? Not like today, at the pandemic time. I mean, after the student are also coming back to the college. So their routine come over to the college, um, you know come to the classroom, go to the lab and all that. You also can do that social routine as part of the games projects, where the student can participate. I mean, when they check in, when they have this kind of games or application, for example, when they come into the UPSI, when they do the QR code scanning, um, they can participate in the games, whereby they can in towards the end of the game they can claim voucher, they can claim many other stuff. So it have to related so it have to relate to the social routine of student, coming in, check in, go to the class, go to the cafe and all that. And I said also embed the socials of UPSI student. Apa ada kelas? Ha. Okay. So this is some kind of mood board in collaboration with faculties of arts and design, which is our faculty, with faculty of music and performance, um, performance arts, UPSI. So you can come up with the ideas of costume party, costume, uh, and mask that can guide eye-catching and well celebrate in the campus here. So this is some of the another ideas. So this is the mood board, and this is the mini proposal. Sometimes just uh, You can also upload, um, I mean the sketches. Sketches of what you're planning to do, and this is some of the mood board so that you have an idea what you're planning to do. So this is the also some sample of the mood board. um, you just put anything, rough pictures, so that you get ideas what you're planning to do for your mini proposal. um, I do comment here to create a real life learning environment for student and out of classroom experience. So this is a project mood board by Adib. Um, it is a concept. Adib was proposing a concept of outside classroom, which is if you want to learn something, it doesn't have to be the classroom, but it can be outdoor. So this is the idea of Adib trying to show how the technology such as virtual reality helps our uh, classroom environments are more interactive. Um, I'm quite interested on the you know the mood board of how the classroom one day could be something like this. Doesn't have to be like a normal four wall classrooms, and the explanations of stuff could be in the form of hologram tables like this one, and the presentation can be something like this, and the overall look of your classroom doesn't have to be that four boring wall, but can be something fun where you can create stuff. For example, you can provide information graphics as part of the learning process. Okay, there you go. So hopefully you guys benefit from my explanations, long explanations on the mood board. Was really hoping to see some mood board being uploads on the Facebook so I can do the comments. And hopefully whatever that I'm explaining today based on your senior sample can open your mind to do what you can do on your mini proposal to promote UPSI and to promote Tanjung Malim. So any question as we are going towards ends of our session today? Any question? No. Yep. Yeah, yes, I can hear you clearly. Mm-hmm. Doesn't have to, tak semestinya evolution of technology. Sometimes ada tadi yang senior you buat, Actually dia main dengan play around with the concept of sorry. Dalam campus UPSI ni juga, tapi dia play around with the normal printing. For example poster, but the poster is very, you play around with the word, sometimes you just play with the word aja. Sometimes you just play with the image. But the poster was meant to be macam view finder, maknanya you nak cari directions, you want to find some directions to interact with the apa ni, but you know, just to interact with the building, you can play around with just simple poster je, something like that pun boleh. Faham Muhammad Haziq tadi, Muhammad Haziq yang tanya. Sometimes you main dengan environment aja. Doesn't have to involve technology, but macam saya tunjuk moodboard tadi, if you are proposing, paling simple lah saya bagi, sometimes because kita nak, we don't want to be in the classroom just to learn something, but you can do the learning process outside of the classroom. So we come up with the best simple idea is like um, tree house, a tree house. If you put a tree house along our campus, whereby the student or the lecturers can uh, one day, okay, bring you guys out to our tree house, so we can have our learning process today at the tree house. So it can be a colorful tree house, red, yellow, big tree house, small tree house. It can be around the field of UPSI, padang bola tu kan, padang bola UPSI tu. So there is a tree house, so that when student they feel like they want to go somewhere else, not just library, for a group discussion, for study group, they can just go to that tree house. In fact, if you have a beautiful tree house which is so many colors, blue, red, yellow, people will come over just to take photo, just to take selfie and upload it on Instagram. It is also another way of promoting UPSI. As simple as that. Doesn't involve technology, but you just play around with the concept of environment. Good question, Muhammad Aziz. Any question from the rest?
Sir,
Yes.
for this assignment, we do in group, right? Or individual?
At the moment, for the first assignment, which is the mood board, it was an individual project for the mood boards. But slowly, for the second assignment, which is you start building the concept of a mini proposal, you have to form a group of three, minimum is 3 person to maximum like 5 person, and after that you have to choose one mood board to develop the ideas of to be a mini proposal. Any question? All right, so no more question. So remember guys, start upload some things, at least a simple sketches on Facebook, so I can comments and I can expand your ideas. So thank you for participating in our online class today, and thank you for your time. And see you again next week. And goodbye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you.
Thank you, doctor.
Thank you. Thank you.